Thank God. It's another Ali day. Super Gold Sunday.
Edition. Bam.
Booyah.
We're back.
We back.
Look out for tomorrow, because when we say we're back, legit, we're back. So tomorrow starts our vlog. For what? We've been gone for 2 weeks? No, 1 week.
12 days.
It's been 12 days?
12 days.
12 days. We've been gone for 12 days. So
did you guys miss me?
did you?
But did you miss me?
But did you miss me?
But did you miss me?
Comment below. Tell us who you missed the most.
Of course it was me.
It's okay, women. You can say that you missed me. Felicia's not going to get mad. This is just a vote. So it's perfectly fine.
But we know that they missed me.
But really, they did miss. Yes.
So anyway, guys, how are you? I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great. If you guys hear our kids crying in the background, it's because it's nap time. They've been all out of sorts with their grandmas. You know, when they with their grandmas, they do what they wants to do.
Yeah, now we gotta bring them back. Bring them on back.
You're so mean to them.
I'm not mean to. I'm not mean to them. You told me to put them to sleep.
Good cop.
Talk about. He's telling you.
Guys, I am so blessed that it doesn't make any sense to have such a wonderful husband who supports me through everything. I'm not gonna go into why I was gone, but I had to go. I had to go to New York because I needed to deal with some family business, and it was crazy. I didn't know, like, I had to leave the day of.
Right.
It cost us financially, it cost us emotionally. I went through this period of like, I want to move back to New York, and Sharif so wonderfully came to support me in New York. He came for, was this Memorial Day?
No, this was this was Martin Luther King. This is Martin Luther King Day.
Sorry, guys. So he came for Martin Luther King Day that weekend and spent some time with me. One of the kids are out of their bed playing with the toys.
We'll get to them in a minute.
So that was really, really, really very selfless of you to do. He financed the trip, and then he financed the trip some more. And we were supposed to go on a cruise that we weren't able to go on because everything happened. So I really just want to take the time in front of our viewers and our audience to say thank you so much for your tender, everlasting, gentle endurance, and your self-sacrificing. You're phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
I love you so much.
I love you so much. Thank you. But while she was on that, so she did mention
he was turning up
that she wanted me to. While she was in New York, she had thoughts about us returning to Buffalo, New York. I'm going to make it to Buffalo, New York, okay? I have no qualms with the city I was born and raised in, but I always had on my bucket list that, you know, by the time I'm 30, I need to be out. And Buffalo is not somewhere that I wanted to stay for the rest of my life. You know, whatever God has in our future is what he has in our future. I don't know if he'll reroute us back, but in the meantime, I don't see that. In my vision, he said go, so we went. And
did he say go, or did we just go?
No, he said go. So
the issue is
there we were. There's an issue. The issue is, what do you do in your marriage when you and your spouse don't agree on where to live?
Because I suggested that Sharif and Saya and I, baby Sharif and Saya and I, you know, just move back to Buffalo, and, you know, we visit Charlotte and he visits Buffalo, and we figure it out from there. And he obviously said no way in heck was he going to be separate from his family. But I don't really understand. See, the thing for me is, it's very hard living in a place that you have no roots and you have no hands. You don't have your village. You're just out here, right. You know. And Charlotte is not an awful place, but the school system really sucks, and the healthcare system really is not as favorable as the one in New York State. True. And I live in a forest. There's nothing but trees all around me, and we have one vehicle, and we have 2 small children.
Right.
And so all these variables, and we're still newlyweds. We rarely get to, excuse me guys, we rarely get to spend any time together as a couple, because we always have our children, because we don't have any hands here. So I just suggested that we go back to Buffalo, we stack our money, and re-strategize some of the things that we can do as a couple to enhance our life, our quality of life. Because right now, Baby Sharif isn't happy here, and I'm not really happy here either. So he obviously said, no way, get your life together. We did it, now we're gonna do it. And he was kind of taking the we're going backwards approach, where I was taking the there's no such thing as going backwards. It's just like going to re-strategize if it doesn't work for the group. And so
go ahead, what were you saying?
I was telling them how you don't
strategize what?
You feel like we were going.
Yeah, I feel like that we'd be going back and not going forward. And Felicia doesn't feel that way. She feels that it's not us going back. It's we tried this in North Carolina. Aside from having to figure out this whole house issue and refinancing and what have you, doing all that wasn't the big stress to me. It was going back to Buffalo. To me, is going back. And she even said one thing to me, like, sometimes you have to go back in order to move forward. And for me, I said, well, if you're making it like a metaphor to an arrow, I went back far enough. That's why I had the strength to go forward and tell my family and uproot everybody and tell them, we're going to figure out where to live and find some place else other than Buffalo. Because I'm 30, you're 35. It makes no sense to be living in the same city when we have, first off, like for me, we were trailblazers in the sense that we were the first ones in our city to do this, a vlog. And so right there, we had the opportunity to connect with so many people in different states. So why are we going to sit, and this is just for me, why are we going to be in the comfort of our own city the rest of our lives? And there's a big world out there. And as a man, if my son was to ever just say to me, Dad, I want to study abroad, I would say to him, go live your dreams, do it. But if he had a fear and said, Dad, I don't know if I want to study abroad, and I'm like, no, just do it, I can't give him any reference points. I can't tell him, well, yes, I felt like I wanted to leave Buffalo, but I never did because I was scared. And I understand that it's not about fear and it's about having the support and things like that. But
well, it doesn't matter. Like, California is my dream place. If you guys have been following our channel, then you know that. But I wouldn't even go to California at this point. We need hands. It's not about, for me, it's not about experiencing and experiences and all of those glamorous ideas. It's about, we need a support network. Baby Sharif was happier. He was flourishing. You even said he sounded more mature when you were speaking to him on IMO. So for me, it's like he needs to be, and I need to be, in a place where we have support, and it's not just constantly the same thing every day. You wake up and go to the workhouse and have conversations, whether they're positive or negative ones. You have conversations. Sharif and we're just looking at each other and sigh all day.
I think this is where I may be insensitive, and I still am, because when I hear that, basically my family unit needs extra hands. Sharif does need the support, and that he needs to be around other people in order to flourish.
Yes.
Just being with us is not enough, and I know that he's suffering in that way. And I also know that my wife, when Felicia's talking about the trees and not having a social life or all the other list of things that she can talk about, that affects her wellness, and her happiness. And I don't want that for my family. But I'm at like a crossroads, because even though I hear that, when I hear we need extra hands, well, let's just create it. When I hear there's no social life, well, let's talk about how we're going to get a social life. Because right now, I'm not going back to Buffalo. And
the thing about it is, I don't want a social life. I want a social life with you.
Right. And that's another conversation. And that one that, we said that we're not going to have today because this is my wife's first time back, and her and I are going to love one another all up. But like at the end of the day, I'm a man, and I'm a family man, and I don't believe in work-life balance. I don't believe in that. I believe in work-life integration, and I have not been exercising that. This job that I have right now, I am totally grateful that someone extended the opportunity for me to have this position with the current job that I'm in. However, I know that that wasn't God. I know that that was me. Felicia and I had a plan, and we did not stick to that plan.
You did not stick to the plan.
Well, I didn't stick to the plan, but you didn't. You didn't.
I strongly encouraged you not to take the job.
I don't remember that.
I said we have X amount of dollars before I go and furnish the place. Should we keep X amount of dollars, pay up?
And you gave that decision to me knowing that I was thinking, well, I haven't worked in all this time, and I'm thinking this is the only way that I'm able to support. You let me lead that, and
You're my husband.
You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have let me lead that. I mean, that's just what I think. There are some things that, like, men, yes, I understand that men are supposed to be the head and all that, but you're the heart of this family. You know, like, you have the pulse. So I was thinking, I was going in my natural element. Go to a job. Because that's what...
no, here was my plan.
That's what my mother and my father have been drilling in me all my life. But...
my plan was this. No, I'm going to say this.
Okay, you can say your plan.
My
but
plan...
let me tell you what our original plan was and still has to remain. You and I have to have a conversation about this whole job piece, because I don't believe that we're a family that you need to be at a job nor I need to be at a job. We need to create work and a career for ourselves.
But this isn't the time with a house and water bills and gas and electric and cell and
so one of us has to go to a job then.
But no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that whatever.
No. Go ahead.
No, because it's like, it's not right. I told you in the beginning, and I did say it, but I was also trying to step down and let you lead our family and not operate so much from my antennas. I thought that it was best. I didn't think we had enough money. And you move to a new city, you need to learn, you need to explore, you need to network, you need to establish relationships, and you need to learn your environment. And we were not pressed for work when we first got here. And I specifically remember saying, don't take this job and then we're in a situation where we need this job. And now we're in a situation where we need this job, and it doesn't accommodate our family. We don't have health care.
Right. Like,
that's my main thing. You know, where they do that at? You know, we're adults. We're a family of 4. We have 2 small children.
Yeah, my job doesn't provide health care.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first thing. I don't care about the money. At this point, you know, I'm 35 years old. I need to get mammograms. Like, anything can happen. And we can't be in a situation. So that was, for me, that was the first thing I was like, no, that's a kid job.
Right.
So I'm supposed to go to work every day, and then when exactly am I supposed to go downtown and ask for Medicaid?
When was the conversation?
I said that.
When was it? No.
But I mean, at this point, for me, at this point, it's not about.
I mean, you said it, but it wasn't like how you're saying it now.
Because I was being the submissive wife. We just
right.
You just drove down here. You found this house. You chose this house. You moved us independently, and I was just like, okay, I'm living this little white life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, my husband is deciding, and all I have to do is prepare dinner and wipe a couple bottoms all day long. I'm good.
Right.
And it never occurred to, like, our strength is where I'm strong, you're weak, and where you're weak, I'm strong. That's
right.
Our strength. But I wasn't operating from that place because you were just running down the street with everything.
Right.
I told you from day one I didn't want to come to church.
This is your fault. This is your fault. Because Felicia is the chief financial officer of this household. I make no secret about that. When we were engaged, I made an agreement with her, not because of her decision. I came to her and said, I want you to have all of my checks and do with the money what you think needs to be done, because she's very financially astute and she's a steward, exceptional steward. So you knew,
thank you, baby.
You knew what the money situation was. I never know what the money situation was. I don't even know how much money we have saved. I have no idea. She does. She's the CFO, not me. So you knowing all that, You knew the
me knowing all
you
that.
knew
I
the position
said
where we would be.
I said we are in a
need this
position
job.
right now where we could go
You should've
until
said that.
like January.
You should have said that.
Which
You
was
should've said that.
what, 4 or 5 months.
You did not say that, and you should have said
I absolutely
that.
said. I
No.
said we need to get to learn this place. But here we are right now.
Yes.
At this place in our marriage,
Yes.
where I'm feeling like I'm a single mother and I am not married. I'm feeling like all the like you have your life. I feel like our lives are separate. Like this time, I was gone for 12 days. He didn't miss a beat. He was cooking for himself. He was coming and going. He was networking. He was living his life like a man with kids and not married to the baby mama. And I was living my life in Buffalo, and we would talk, once or twice a day. But that was it.
That's an exaggeration.
Well, you would call me in the morning
that's
before
a healthy way
work.
of me saying that's a lie.
You would call me in the morning before you started your day.
Right.
And then you would call me on your way from work. And then you would call me at night and want to talk all throughout the night like I don't have to be up with our children tomorrow.
Exactly.
3 times a day.
More like 4 or 5. But yeah.
Okay. So for me, you were fine. You were functioning fine because you don't miss a beat with us. Like your life continued.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? And kind of mine did too. Like I don't see you all day.
Right.
So being away in New York, I didn't see you all day.
Right.
I talked to you a couple times. Only thing was missing is us laying down together. But you edit now until like midnight. So who cares?
Right.
So it was like we were recording. That's why I came with the idea. You love Charlotte so much in this season of your life. Perhaps you should stay in Charlotte and figure it out. Perhaps I should go where the grandmas are. I need to be with the grandmas. If the grandmas move to Charlotte, I'm good with Charlotte. Okay, I want to be where the grandmas are is where the sunshine is.
Wow.
Okay, and that's where I want to be. I need help. I don't need 5 days. I'm not saying I want a full-time job. I understand that that's not what you want for me in this season of our marriage, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm getting okay with that. But what I do know is I could use 2 or 3 hours a week to myself, and I could use one night with you, like exploring this new city that we live in, and that's not happening.
Right, that's true.
And the kids are so attached to me that even when you're around, like today when we went out, Sharif wants, well, Mom, where are you sitting? I'm sitting here. Well, I'm sitting with you. And then as you're holding Saya, what is she doing? She's crying for me. So even when we're together, they're so used to not relying on you that it's all on me. So I'm with them on vacation. I'm with them during the day. I'm with them at night. I'm with them on the weekends. Like, I'm never not with my children. And I love my children, but I would like to appreciate being a mother. The first week that I was in New York, your mom pretty much kept Sharif. I kept Saya with me at night. And when we switched off, when she left, I had the kids to myself, and I was grateful again. I missed my kids. I was like, yes, this is what I need a moment to woosah and be a woman again. To go to the mall without taking a diaper bag, taking a stroller, grabbing a hand, yelling, shouting. Like, I need that, and that's not present. And when you were the stay-at-home parent, not only could you not go to your mom's house and sit and let your grandmother care for baby Sharif, but you also had other outlets. And then when I did come home, if I so chose to go to a happy hour or something like that, I found a babysitter for Sharif. It wasn't hard. We had 3 grandmas to choose from. And I would call them before I left work and make plans. You can't call anybody and say, hey, Felicia needs, some free hands. We couldn't even find, I wanted to send Sharif back to Buffalo, or back to Charlotte with Big Sharif. We couldn't even find a person here to take him, all the family and friends we have. We couldn't find a person to take baby Sharif to school at 7:30 and pick him up at noon and just keep him till you got off work. That's a problem. When the car broke down, you had to walk home.
Right.
Thank you, Jesus, that Kim came and rescued you. But what if she was busy? What if she was 37 minutes away?
Right.
That would have never happened if we were in New York. You'd have called your mom up, hey, this and that, whatever. And we would we're spending more. We're spending out more than we're getting in. 37 minutes to get everywhere. Gas. We fill the tank up at least 3 times a week. What? Like, this is completely ridiculous to me. So how do you guys feel about this?
Yeah, let us know how you feel about it. What's your thoughts? Do you have any suggestions?
Are we burning our marriage to flames? Wait, are we?
I don't. What?
Is burning to flames? Does that make sense?
Are we burning them to flames? I think burning is a cause of the flames. I don't know.
Where's flames a cause of the burn?
I have no idea. It's the chicken or the egg, baby. And I don't know. Yeah, so let us know what you think. I mean,
how would you guys handle something like this?
And I'm open to suggestions You know, Felicia told me about a few people that she spoke to and how they were saying, you know, well, Sharif may have to shift his focus and say, you know, what's best for the family. And like, I get that, you know, like I really do. And I just think, and I've never said this openly, and I haven't said this also to my wife either. You know, this is the first time she's going to hear this as well as you. So I hear everybody's suggestions, and maybe this is the stubborn part of me. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But nobody's living this life, and no man that ever gives a suggestion is me. And nobody knows this family unit like I do.
I do.
And like Felicia does.
No, you don't.
So you can give.
You're at work.
Yeah, because I'm at work now. But let's be truthful. This family is who they are because of me. You birthed these children, but I put in them, especially that first one. I put in him what he needed, and that's why he is the boy he is today. Now, come on now. But at the end of the day, I know that God has something more for my family. I know that he has like a higher calling for us. So one thing that is just not up for, like, it's just not on the table for me is going back to a city that I just came from. Now, we can think about like another way, somewhere else to go. And I understand like there's no support, you know, and again, this may be my stubborn side, you know, so I'm very up for suggestions, but I guess I'm not, because I just said that's not on the table for discussion. So let's just nix that. I'll be open. Whatever suggestions you guys have, if you say
you'll
sure,
comment back, but you don't, like, you already made your decision.
Legit though, I'll comment back, and if I don't agree
so I
with you,
have
I'm
to
just
tell
gonna say I don't agree.
myself, I have to tell myself, I love Charlotte. It's great.
Man, no, you don't
Even
have to
though
tell
I'm alone
yourself
and
that.
lonely,
You just have to tell yourself,
I have no
while I'm here in
one.
Charlotte, I need to make it the best that I can while I'm here.
But
'Cause
how
this
can
is
I
not
make
our
it
end
the
all.
best
Like,
that I
That's what we're
can?
gonna have to talk about, but not today, because I'm enjoying my boo thing, and you just came back. We just reunited.
I
and
hate
it
when
feels
you
so
wear
good.
these glasses when we record, because then the little circle.
Oh yeah. You want to look into my eyes? Look into my eyes. All right. Oh well, yeah. Comment below. Let us know what you think, babe. How do you close this thing out?
When something seems bad.
No, you best to turn it around, because we need to turn this around and make it good, baby. Blessings.